G'day viewers, the sad times are over, for I have returned to you, and welcome to the very first episode of PB's Retro Restorations for 2025. I can't believe it. I hope you all had a nice Christmas and New Year's with friends and family, and had some time for yourselves. Okay, so the first cab off the rank this year is this number 73 Lesney Matchbox RAF pressure refueller. My father-in-law Paul bought it at the Brisbane Diecast fair, and he's asked me to restore it for him. It's missing its base, its front wheels, and has been wholly painted over in a pale green. On the upside it still has the cap on the end of the tank, but anyway, enough waffle. Let's get crack-a-lackin', as they used to say at RAF Bempton, probably, and sort this one out. Thought I'd try and go gently this time and use a file just to finish it off, but you know how long that lasted. I got the Dremel back out again and just hooked into it. The previous builder's paint had caused the wheels to get stuck to the axles. On this one, I got the axle out before I had to hit it with the hammer. The other one, well, you'll see, I had to hit it with the hammer before I could even get enough purchase on it with the Dremel. Whoops. Might have gone a bit too hard there, viewers. I didn't want to use caustic soda on this one because it's pretty small and fragile, so I was going to use paint stripper, and I was going to put it in and tip the paint stripper on it, and then I realised this might just fit in the hole, so I tied a bit of rope around it and I dangled in. What could possibly go wrong there, viewers, right? But fortunately nothing went wrong, and I got it back out and I didn't have to fish it out the bottom of a tin of paint stripper, which was good. New year, new me. Not really, I'm still using the oven cleaner to strip paint off plastic parts. And well, here's a carrot angle for you. I've had some issues doing it with some parts on other projects, but anyway, that's for another video. This time everything went to plan. So if you watched my Christmas video and unboxings, and if not, why not? Go and watch it. Sorry, I bought this Jaguar for spare parts for make one good one out of the two. And the other advantage here is these rim wheels look to be the right ones for this car. Paul did provide me with a replacement set of wheels. They're different. They're too fine a tread. They're a different shape. They're not right. These ones are much closer. I'll give them all a freshen up. And obviously these are silver, so I'm going to have to paint them to match, but that's okay. That back together, save that for when we get to the jag. This is one of those ones that I'll look to not have too many issues apart from the missing base and all that stuff, but on closer inspection a few little things are revealed. These are one of these is bent. I think I did that when I was taking the wheels off. It's got a little bit of a bend here. This little step plate here is bent up. I don't know if you can see that there. I thought I know this is a separate piece. I should probably try and get this off, because if water and all goods have gone in there when I was stripping it, but that's full of water now. When I was looking at it, it's actually cracked through here. I'll have to do a bit more research, but I believe the early versions of these, oh, nice, still a bit of goods in there. The early versions of these didn't have that support, and it was a weak point. This has got the support, but it is cracked through there, which means it's a little bit, see how it's a little bit, so I'm not trying to get a little dab of glue down there just to shore it up. Something fell out my nose the other night. Nothing we can't fix. We've fixed worse on this channel, or tried to. I kind of want to try and get that off, because it'll give me better access to this but by the same token, if it's not going to go. Oh, here we go. Yes, it is. It is just pressed on there. I mean, I imagine it was, but I thought it'd give me more grief than that. And yes, I know I shouldn't be using an X-Acto knife or whatever you call them in your part of the world to do this, but there's always a potential for me to slice my fingers open, and I know you all love that. And this is my dull one anyway, so it's okay. Might be able to get something a bit more durable in there now. Kind of bend it gently, gently. There we go. And yes, I'm glad I did that, because the last thing we need is all that gooze in there, isn't it? Ugh. Okay, I go wash my hands, viewers. While I was out there doing that, notice this was bent a bit, and it's also cracked through here. It's such a fine crack. I think I'm just going to be able to pour a little bit of super glue in there, pinch it shut, and give it a file. We should be good. I thought this was going to be really, really easy. I want to get this done for Paul's birthday too. So, okay. That was easier than I thought it was going to be. Thought it was going to give me all sorts of grief, viewers. Get on to these axles next. I think we're done there, viewers. That hasn't been half the grief I thought it was going to be. Let's see, that other bit was bent, didn't I? Okay. Oh, it's not working. Right. I'll leave that overnight, viewers. I think that might be for the best. It was still a bit wobbly, like I don't think the glue had held properly, so I just squeezed some more down there and I'll sand it and hopefully you won't be able to notice it too much. Probably will on your big telly, but not in your hand. So I'm going to paint the wheels to match them because the Jaguar ones are silver, these ones are grey, and to try and get them all the same I'm just going to paint all of them a grey. The grey I end up using is just primer grey with some clear coat over the top. They're a bit lighter than they should be, but they all match, which is I guess the end goal. So there's nowhere to clip onto to hold this while I paint it, so I'm using the old method of gluing a screw onto the underside where no one will see it when I snap it off, and that'll give me somewhere to pinch onto it. So after thinking I'd straightened everything out on this, when I was looking at it closely, I noticed a spot I hadn't straightened out, which was the little tab at the front, which I managed not to break off despite my best efforts of wedging a screwdriver in there. And here's the replacement. Designed by yours truly on Tinkercad. I'll throw this one up on my Cults 3D page for you to download for free if you'd like to give it a go. If you need one, I'll put a link in the description. I don't know how that looks on camera, viewers, but it looks like trash in front of me. But anyway, we'll see what it's like when it dries. So I made my own decals for this one, which means I'll have to use my white pen method. And if you're looking at that decal and thinking that red dot's off center, Peter, it's 110% off center because that's how the original is. I copied this image from a decal on an unrestored one that I straightened out, and the red dot was a little bit skew if they were never quite perfect, so I decided to try and replicate that with mine. You've seen me use this method countless times before because it's clear and it's a dark coloured paint. As you can see, it won't show up, but I don't have an Alps print or whatever they're called for prints whiting, so I'll put a decal on first, let it dry. You'll see in a minute that I'll colour it in white paint pen. I'll let that dry, and then I'll put another decal over the top. Didn't quite, because there's still that little bit of an edge around it, but I was pleased with it. I can take some satisfaction in knowing I made it myself, and I didn't have to wait 6 months for it to come from the UK at great expense. Hooray me. I was less than impressed with the first coat of paint. It had all splotches in it, but after it dried it wasn't nearly as bad, so I gave it another coat over the top, and after this decal dried I gave it a clear coat of flat coat Tamiya over the top, and that evened it right out, and I think it came up a treat. Of course, I did test fit this before I painted it all, but with a few coats of primer and clear and paint and everything on it, it would no longer fit in the little slot, so need a little bit of ginger sanding and finessing and finoodling to make it fit. Holding on there pretty good, but I put just a little dib of white glue on there just to make sure. abscond that wheel, viewers. Idiot. It could have ended up a lot sadder, viewers. The front axle needed a little bit of shortening to make it fit, which I did. Oh, caught it. Yeah, you weren't expecting that, viewers, were you? You thought I was going to lose it and have to find another one and start swearing and carrying on at the TV. Anyway, sorry to disappoint you. That's better. Put it through from the right side, it'll be even greater, won't it, viewers? Ah. Oh. Well, that was close, wasn't it? I nearly lost it. Just putting a little bit of black wash on those shiny axles just to dull them down a little bit so they don't look quite as freshly rounded over. And applying some chrome detail. There's not a lot. There's pretty much the bumper and the grille from what I could tell from pictures of unrestored ones online. Let's see if I can put too much glue on it. And just like that, as if by magic with no grief whatsoever, at any time, any stage through the process, we are done. Hooray! So here we are, back at the start with Paul's Diecast Fair find. Missing its base and, of course, front wheels. We discussed all that at the start of the video. And painted all over in green. I didn't mention at the start of the video that the green paint job on this is actually really good. It looks like it's been airbrushed or something. I don't know. But anyway, this is what we started with, and this, dear viewer, is what we're left with now. Ta-da! Your wacky doodle's looking $1,000,000 now, viewers, with its wheels. A couple of them got little hairline cracks in them. I don't know if I did that when I was belting them with a hammer, probably. But looking much nicer. Still a few little blemishes in the paint, but if you're holding in your hand, they're not too noticeable. Hopefully Paul hasn't noticed them, and now that I've mentioned it and he's probably watching this video, so we're going to go and look and try and find them. But anyway, no refunds. No refunds, Paul. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed it. I hope you had a lovely birthday, Paul, and you liked your car. And yeah, I hope you all liked the video. Thanks for watching to the end, and if you've liked this video, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, check out some of these other videos that have appeared on your screen, and please consider subscribing, and don't forget to click the bell for alerts. That way you too can be swept away to a world of PB magic every time a new video drops. Have a great weekend, a safe weekend, and I hope to see you all here next time on PB's Retro Restorations. Bye! Tell your friends.